My name is Kendall. I'm the current vice president of the club. These are all the dogs we have in the club right now. This is Scout, all the way on your right. Blue, Kirby, Willie, Illy, and Sheep. Kirby, Illy, and Sheep will be graduating this tonight. They've almost completed our program. We are a group of students that raise and train service dogs. We're a registered student organization through the university, and we currently have about 50 people in our organization, and these are the 6 dogs that we're working with at the moment. Today we'll be able to tell you about our program and show you some of the skills that they know.
Okay, now that I'm all mixed up. First, we can start with Illy. So what we do is we train the dogs for about 1.5 years, and we start with basic things like instead of saying paw, like after a while we'll change that to push, so they learn how to do push legs. Lights, we use big light boards. So we start at like their base level, so it's easier for them, and then we're going to move it up gradually, and eventually they'll learn how to turn the lights on and off. So Illy will show you that one.
Good girl.
Okay, we'll do a little guy next. Willie's our newest member. Most of our dogs come from breeders that hear about our program, and they'll just donate a dog to our program. But Willie's the first one that we've gotten and rescued from Humane Society. So Willie's going to show you how to do touch.
He's just a baby, so he might not do it.
Blue's going to show you what that turns into when they get older.
Push. Good boy.
All the dogs learn how to open handicap doors like that. And next we're going to have Kirby show you how to brace. Since most of our dogs are placed with people with physical disabilities, we help with like mobility type issues. So this will help. You can know how to brace going upstairs, or just if someone's getting up off the floor, they use something stable, like our dogs, and Kirby's the best at bracing, is very strong.
Brace is one of our specialty skills. We teach it to them. Once we realize kind of what the dogs are good at, we'll sometimes specialize them. Kirby was really good at standing still, so one thing we decided to teach him was he could stand there and brace while you're leaning on him. He can support a lot of weight. We started over the summer with this, with just putting a little bit of pressure on his back and stronger points. And it's gotten all the way to the point where he can walk with someone leaning on him using a walking brace. So Megan will show you some of the progression skills that he's doing.
He loves doing tugs, so what we do is we teach them first with the tug ropes, like as a game, to tug things, and we'll eventually put that on the refrigerator so they know how to open up the refrigerator doors. And then we transition that to do things such as taking off clothing. So he knows how to like tug down a zipper or tug up the sleeves of your jacket to help. And I'll show you today he'll do it him taking off my socks. So I'll get some good angle, but we'll try it out. Sit. Okay. What? I used to be scared teaching this, so like he's totally gonna bite my toes, but he's actually really gentle about what he does. See? Oh, okay, I don't. Yeah. Go away. Gee, hey! 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 Good. parking lot and they grab their keys, if they're in a motorized wheelchair and can't reach the ground, they can be stuck there for who knows how long. So it's a really key thing that the dogs know how to pick stuff up off the ground and hand it to their owner. So I'll show you Chief picking up a pill bottle. Chief, heel. Heel. Chief, sit. Stay. So we kind of make it a game. Like at the beginning, they want to like go fetch objects because it's fun. So we teach them to just say leave it at the beginning. So we'll say Chief, leave it. And then he has to wait for the command for me to say, okay, go get it. So, okay, take it. So when they're little, we teach them just the basics, like easy touch, and we teach all the dogs to heel on the left-hand side. And then we'll also teach the basics like stay and come. So if you're in a restaurant and want to go fill up your drinks, you don't have to bring the dog with you. They learn to just stay wherever you tell them to.
Scout. Scout, come. Scout, come.
So we'll get them anywhere from like 8 weeks to 6 months, and then we'll train them for a year and a half to 2 years. And then we work on a placement process. We have a waiting list, an application and a waiting list, and we will match the dogs based on their skills. So if someone needs to have a dog that can brace, we'll typically have someone like Kirby go with them, or if they're in a motorized wheelchair, they wouldn't really need that as much, but they might need a dog that's really good at take it. So we do skills matching, and then once we decide that, we do some personality matching, just to make sure that the dog's a good fit and that the dog and the placement look and have to work together.
Does anyone have any major questions they want to ask?
I have a question.
Sure.
Are we not supposed to pet your beautiful pets?
Oh, that's a great question. So everyone on the street gets really excited, they want to come up and pet them right away, but it's the right thing to not pet the dog because we want them to pay attention to the person that they are working for. So it's really important that we educate the public about that, because we always want the dog to be paying attention to them, or like, if they see someone they know on the street, we don't want them darting towards them to go say hi. So it is really important that you not touch the dog. If you really want to, you can ask the person, but they may say yes, they may say no, and either way you should respect their decision. Sorry, your question? Go for it.
I was wondering, how do you fund your organization and how much does it cost for you to have a dog like this for you?
We fund our program all off of donations, so that's why most people donate our dogs to us, but all the donations that we do get goes for vet bills and their food and everything else like that.
Lots of organizations will charge anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 for a service dog based on how long it takes to raise them and then the labor that goes into it. We do it all as volunteer work, so it doesn't cost quite that much money. But it still does cost a lot of money for the first year of that care, so it's very expensive, all the food that we have to pay for. So we have to raise a good amount of money for each dog that we get.
Are there some?
Sorry. And then we do give them away for free of charge.
Huh?
We do give the dogs at the end of the program to a placement free of charge.
So how long does it take to go through this training for these dogs? Or does it vary depending on the temperament of the dog?
It varies a little bit. We do, before we accept the dog, we put them through some time testing just to make sure that they're the right type of dog to go through a program like this. But we typically train them for a year and a half to 2 years. Over in front.
Do you only train a certain breed of dog?
Typically, we're sticking with Labradors and Retrievers, mostly because they have good temperament for what we're doing. They have the drive to please whoever they're with. They're strong enough and big enough to do the skills that we want. And then they're relatively accepted in society. There are some breeds of dogs that would be good at this, but aren't necessarily accepted restricted, so people wouldn't accept them into their public places as easily as like a Labrador. Most people that like dogs like Labradors.
Where do they stay? So each team has a group. Like Team Chief has about 7 to 8 people on it, and I'm his primary, so he stays with me at school and lives with me all the time. But it's a team effort, so each person on my team, his secondary trainers will take him once or twice a week for a couple hours. And that way the dogs don't get really attached to just one person, so we have to get them up a little bit easier. And also that way they learn to listen to everyone that gets on the command. Anybody else?
How many dogs do you have in your program?
Currently, these are the 6 dogs in our program. We're always looking to get more dogs when we have enough money, and especially with the 3 oldest graduating. We're trying to raise enough money so we can get more dogs into the program. But these are the ones that we have in our program.
Yes, so with that being said, any donations today that you guys want to give would be greatly appreciated. We'll probably be back over here if you want to come see us. Also, we have a Facebook page. It's just the Illini Service Dogs. Or you can look at our blog too and follow all the jobs we're doing, how they're progressing. And there's a link on our Facebook page to donate as well. Oh yeah, and tomorrow, if you guys are still here, there's going to be a Pet the Pup thing that we have going on the quad tomorrow. I think my phones are at the end of the main quad. And it's from 10 to 3, so if you guys want to come out and actually play with your dog and pet them, feel free to come out. Alright, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Hold on 1 second.
I'm Mia. Emma. I'm Christy.
I'm Becky.
I'm Natalie.
Megan.
I'm Maggie.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Sorry,
Thank you so much. Let's give a big round